that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome y'all to the Shorehorn reunion for the 92nd anniversary. My name is Dustin Dangley, and I'm the current editor-in-chief of the paper. So it's nice to see y'all. I know I've had a chance to speak with some of you guys, and I hope to speak with many more before the end of the night. So whether you work for the Shorehorn, the Junior Aggie, the Reveille, Arlington Review, Prism, Tempo, or the Renegade, we're here to celebrate the stories we've reported and the memories we never want on the record. So let's get things started. And please help me in introducing Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs, Mike Knox.
Thank you, Dustin. He had the hard job of getting a group of journalists to quiet down so that I could come up and give you a welcome. Some of you, I got to meet a number of people out in the lobby, and I'm sure many of you may have looked at me and said, I don't think I know that guy. And there's good reason for that. I don't have the honor of saying that I am a Shorehorn alum. I've never worked for the Shorehorn. In fact, I don't really have any business giving a welcome here at all. I've never been a journalist. I guess the only journalistic experience I have goes back to high school. I was a photographer, but I've never written a story that was published or anything. So why am I here? Well, I get to bask in the reflected glory of the Shorehorn. The professional staff of the Shorehorn, or the Student Publications, reports to Student Affairs, and if you heard my title, that's where I work. So I get to really work and really see the really impressive work that both the professional staff and really the students do. And I'll share one quick story to brag a little bit. There's 5 people that have my title in our division that all the departments in Student Affairs report to. And at the end of every year, we have a retreat, and we get the opportunity to put a PowerPoint together and display the awards that the people in our division or our departments have won. And every year, all the other AVPs grumble a little bit because, they'll have 3 or 4 or 5 maybe staff people that win a really impressive award, and I do too. But then I get to put a whole slide up, and sometimes 2 slides of 8-point font with all the awards that the Shorehorn has won that year. And they grumble a little bit because I've got such a big list. But I'm not going to let them get the best of me. We're going to keep putting those up there because we're very proud of the really impressive long list of awards that we get every year. I also really get an amazing honor of just watching the work that the professional staff does and the students do every year. And it seems like every week Lloyd will share with me another story of an alumnus of the Shorehorn that's doing impressive work either as a journalist or we've got prize winners everywhere, and but also business leaders and all sorts of great things that the people that worked at the Shorehorn have gone on to do, and I've got to meet several of them tonight, and that's been a real honor as well. I do want to thank real quickly. I know that there'll be lots of thanks and recognition, but I'm not sure anyone else is here that can do this. I do want to thank especially the professional staff for Student Publications. If you work now for Student Publications or in the past have been a professional staff member, if you could just stand real quick and let's all recognize the great work that those professionals do. I know Lloyd and his staff have been working very hard for really months and maybe even more than that for this reunion, and I really appreciate the work they've done to make this evening happen. I'm here representing our Vice President. Dr. Frank Lamas is the Vice President for Student Affairs. In just a moment, he did do a real quick video, and I'm going to let you see that. He had a conflict tonight and couldn't be here, so he regrets that, but he put a welcome together that we'll show you. But I also want to acknowledge a gift. Dr. Lamas contributed $5,000 and designated that for scholarships for Shorehorn staffers in the future. So let's recognize Dr. Lamas for his contribution. And with that, I'll leave the stage and we'll cue up the video welcoming you here tonight from Dr. Frank Lamas, Vice President for Student Affairs.
Oh my God, I can't believe they said that about the administration. Bertha, please get the Shorehorn editor on the line for me. Just kidding. That scenario actually has never happened here. We are blessed to have the best student newspaper in the country. Welcome back to the university. I'm glad many of you have made it for the reunion. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there with you. Alums, I hope you'll visit often and keep in touch with us. To our present Shorthorn staff, thanks for all you do. You do a great job putting together the paper every week. I know that's not an easy job. Sincerest thanks to all of you for your vision, hard work, and dedication making the Shorthorn an award-winning newspaper it has been for many years. I guess the best closing that I can give for a group of newspaper professionals is may you have exciting characters like Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan to write about for many years to come. Best wishes, have a great evening, come back often and see us here at UTA.
I'm Lloyd Goodman. I'm the person who's been stalking many of you by Facebook, email, and other every other technique I can think of for a while. I want to also welcome you and promise you that the 3 times a week emails will not continue. I want to bring you greetings from a lot of the people who could not be here for one reason or another. I think I mentioned that there have been a couple of times that we scheduled this reunion, rescheduled. There was always a reason to reschedule, and finally it just became a time to have it because we needed it. So I bring you greetings from Bill Moore in New Zealand, Glenn Golightly, Anthony Williams, and a bunch of other people from our ranks who somehow ended up in California. Brian and Cobby Risser Blair in Oregon, who said they really wanted to be here, but this just was not a good time. Kevin and Renee Fuji in Seattle, who wanted me to point out to you that they met 4 years ago yesterday, and it's still working out. Abby Hertz, a mother of twins, month-old twins, who would be here, except she didn't think the month-old twins were ready for a plane ride. And a lot of our people who are Shorthorn exes and very close to us, that in this very changed time that we're all living in, are working freelance, contract, jobs, whatever, that by God, when you have an assignment, you do the assignment. So I bring you greetings from all of them, and in return I promised them 2 things. We'll have enough fun and tell enough stories for all of them, and we'll record the reunion for them to see, and we'll post it online in video and print, and we're going to be recording tonight's reunion, and we will be posting it online because they are as much of the part of the Shorthorn family and the Student Pups family as we are, and we want them to share in that experience. So here we are. What do you tell you a little bit about the roadmap for the evening? The agenda, the program, or whatever you want to call it, is on page 3 of the thing, the newspaper that is in your seats. On your table you have memory cards. We want you to not leave without writing down for us one thing that you remember about your time in the Shorthorn and Student Publications. And this is not a time we want you to self-censor. We want to know what it was really like when you were here. In the program in the newsletter, there is a timeline. Journalism is the first draft of history. This timeline is the second draft of history. Anything we put in that we confirm by 2 sources is there, even though we know some of it is not right. We want you to correct it for us. During dinner, we will have slides from your times at the Shorthorn going, yes, you really did look like that. We will have a playlist of your songs from your time at the Shorthorn put together by Mike Daniel as background music. We prefer that you eat now and sing along later, or we will never get through the program. During dinner, we want you to share stories, tell stories with the people at your table. We will be sharing some of those later. And throughout the evening, especially, we want you to remember, go out frequently for the cash bar, but while you're there, take a look at the silent auction. We have some wonderful things there donated by many people in this room and many other people to raise scholarship money for the Shorthorn. We're amazingly impressed and grateful for the things that have been donated. So we ask you to look at that frequently. Go to the bar, the bathroom, whatever, take a look at it. And right now, enjoy your dinner, enjoy each other's company, and figure out what is the best story from your table that we can tell later. Thank you.